Hello Taekwondo fighters. Welcome back to my channel, Mike TV. This time I will discuss an important aspect of sparring, namely distance. Adjusting the distance or position at the time of sparring greatly affects the pattern of attacks that will be carried out. Poor spacing will make it difficult to get points in sparring, or otherwise the opponent will easily get points. Before we start in this video, I will use some terms like P1 to P4. P stands for position. I will also use terms like K1 to K4. K stands for kick, which indicates the type of kick used. So when I say K1, it means the kick used in position 1. Okay, friends, let's just go to the main video about the explanation related to distance. Here I will divide the sparring distance into 4 parts, namely P1, P2, P3 and P4. We start with a distance of P3 or position 3. Position 3 is the position where we are at a safe angle. A position where when we want to attack we need to continue to move forward to reach the target of the kick. While the P2 position is a ready position, this position can also be said to be an alert position because the opponent can attack with one kick to get to the target. In this position it can also be said who is the fastest, then he gets the points first. So when we are ready to carry out attack interactions, be it a defensive move or an offensive move, we can move from position P3 to P2. As for the possibility that can be done in position 2, such as a quick turning kick. As I explained earlier, that the P2 position is the position where we compete with speed. We move to the third position or P3. P3 or third position is a slightly safer position, because our opponent will attack requiring additional steps to reach the target, so those of us who want to attack also need additional steps to reach the target. The following are some examples of attacks that can be done when we are in the P3 position. Here we see one player showing a K3 attack, namely a kick when he is in the P3 position. Now watch this video. Both players are in the P2 position here. However, one of the players performs a K3 attack on the P2 position. This is because the player understands that the player retreat to the P3 position. For this reason, player perform K3 attacks even though they are initially in the P2 position. We move to position P4. P4 position, we assume that the position is rarely used because it requires a very large speed to be able to attack the opponent, due to the position or the distance is very far. This is also quite dangerous because when it is not fast, the opponent can quickly read the attack and the opponent can counter move on our attack. Here we can see some examples of kicks or attack while in the P4 position. We move to the next position, namely the position of P1. The P1 position is a slightly closer position, by doing a half step forward to P2 position. The P1 position is usually formed when we have made an attack at the P2 position, a P1 position will be formed. In this video shown some examples of attacks are K1 at position P1. Attacks that can be done such as Nair Chagi, Short Dalio Chagi, DWI Chagi and many others. You can create other attack models by training to stand at the P1 position and be creative with various K1 kicks that can get points at the P1 position. We move to the next position, namely position 0 or P0. P0 position is a closed position, or it can be said that P0 is the same as clinch. P0 position is usually formed when the opponent tries to close the opponent's attack so that it doesn't attack again. But when we can find gaps and be a little faster and aggressive, we can still get points at P0 position. Actually we can do attacks or any K at any position, depending on the opponent's movement. We can make a K3 attack on the P2 position as demonstrated in the video in the previous minute. That was a little explanation about the distance during sparring. You can train yourself by creating kicks with any kick or K in each position. Thank you for visiting and watching my video. Hopefully it can provide additional knowledge during sparring so that we can win a tournament match. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.